welcome back to my channel. I'm Daniela, and today we'll continue with last this time, episode 13 of the third season. In the last episode, we got more of Claire's story, the time when she got into a car accident. Her mother was in the car with her, but unfortunately, she was wounded enough that she got into a coma. But by doing so, we find out that Christian is her father. And I don't know, I was quite surprised. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that time in that episode when he went to Australia, maybe I had like, what if, you know, she might be his daughter. But then, I didn't thought that they're gonna make this, I don't know, relation between the characters on the island, because now it's confirmed that Claire and Jack are half siblings. Should I expect that they are all one big family, like John's father, because I think is the real Sawyer, might be the father of James Ford? Are they related now? I don't know, but the important thing that happened is that they John, Kate, Said, and Mikhail and Daniel were walking in the jungle when suddenly they stumble upon this security system, this pylons. I think it's more like a sonic waves, and as soon as you pass between them, they activate, and your ears start bleeding and you foam at the mouth and you die. But it won't activate if you pass on top of them. I still don't know how exactly it works, but it works. And apparently the place where the others were staying belonged to Dharma. And now I'm a bit confused who put those pylons there. Dharma to keep the hostiles away, or after the others took over that little settlement there and killed all the dharmas, they built those so no one else can come. And if they were there before the hostiles came to take over, how they managed to surpass those? Did they also climb on top of them like Kay did? And if they did, why didn't they thought about that to fix that part? I also thought that maybe those things, that those pylons that emit these sonic waves, were built to keep the black smoke away. But then it would be so easy to also go over and it would be useless. Because I don't know, I start to think, and I said it before, that maybe the island and the black smoke are not working together. And if Dharma is more with the island and wanted to help the island, the black smoke, or maybe even to protect themselves from the black smoke, because it kind of kills people sometimes. So I don't know, maybe those waves, sonic waves, can like dissipate the smoke, whatever it is. And that's why they were, because like, I mean, it's really interesting as a security system, but to keep normal people away. But yeah, they finally managed to find the Jack, and he was running away with now apparent problem. He was having some fun, so who knows. Anyway, as usual, I got something to drink. The episode is ready to start, so without further ado, let's do this.
Are your parents living?
I was raised in foster care. I never really knew my parents.
Have you ever considered seeking out your biological parents?
Well,
I don't see how that's relevant.
If the government's going to continue paying your disability insurance, I have to figure out whether or not your condition has improved. See, you stopped submitting your therapy bills for reimbursement.
It's because I stopped going. Waste of time.
It's just a temporary suspension, Mr. Locke.
I think I'm temporarily disabled.
Depression can be temporary, yes. And
Oh,
since you
they
see
were
fit to
talking
stop
about-
going to therapy, I guess you're all better.
This is going to be more complicated than we thought.
I'm here to rescue Jack, and that's what we're gonna do.
But obviously the circumstances have changed. He may not want to be rescued.
That is not him. That's not Jack. They must have done something to him. When they captured us, they drugged us.
We're putting our lives at risk.
I'm not leaving him, Saeed.
We may not have a choice.
It's Jack. First time I saw him, he was risking his life, pulling people out of burning airplane wreckage. He's shaking hands with the others. I'm sure he has a good reason.
Hello, John Locke?
I'm sorry, no solicitors.
Listen, my name's Peter Talbot. I just need a couple of minutes to talk to you.
Talk about what?
My mother. I think she might be in some trouble.
You got the wrong John Law.
How many kidneys do you have? She met him 2 months ago. Love at first sight is what she said. His name's Adam Seward. He's a retired computer entrepreneur from Ontario. After 2 months of knowing him, she agrees to marry the guy. Something in my gut told me that he was after something, so I had to check him out. So I figured, hey, someone gave the guy his kidney, how bad could he be? Right?
Well, it was an anonymous donation. I never met him.
What are you doing here?
I came to get you,
Get out of here. Right now. Go.
Jack.
Kate, they're watching me.
Get out of here!
I'm not leaving you.
Get down! Get down! Don't hurt her! Don't hurt her!
Step back, Doc. Hold him still.
Jack! Jack!
what?
Who
Jack,
else is
what?
with you?
What do you want him to do?
Who else is with you?
Nobody. Nobody else. It was just us.
Oh. John came to visit his old friend.
John.
Shh. Keep your voice down.
All right. You don't have to point the gun at me. I can tell you where Jack is.
I'm not looking for Jack. I'm looking for the submarine.
That's the C4. 4. He wants to destroy it.
I want you to bring me the man from Tallahassee.
What do you need him for?
Just do it. Now.
Okay. The man from Tallahassee, what is that? Some kind of code?
No, John, unfortunately, we don't have a code for there's a man in my closet with a gun to my daughter's head. Although we obviously should.
Saeed, you had a pact with him. I want her to retrieve it.
Do you think there's still the C4 in there?
Hello, John.
Gonna be a big to-do, or just two of you and a preacher? I guess you couldn't invite me, huh? That would make for awkward introductions. Her son came to me and asked why I gave you a kidney. He's on to you, but he doesn't have any proof, so he came to me hoping I would vouch for you. You're gonna marry her for her money, right? I want you to call off the wedding. You make people think that you're their family, and then you leave their life in ruins, and I'm not gonna let you do it again.
And I'm sure that's exactly... He was the one that did it to Sawyer.
Okay, John. You got it.
No.
So tell me, John, how do you expect to pilot our submarine? I mean, it's a complicated piece of machinery. You don't just press submerge.
I'll figure something out. For all you know, I was a commander in the Navy.
If you met me, Kyle, that means you were in the communications station, which means you found the explosives. So you're not planning to pilot the submarine anywhere, are you? You're planning to destroy it. I know you spent the 4 years prior to your arrival on this island in a wheelchair, and I know how you ended up in it.
I want to know how he did too.
Tell me, John. Did it hurt?
I felt my back break. What do you think?
I don't know how. But maybe it was a question about if it hurted inside that your father did that to you.
So you're with them now?
I'm not with anyone, Kate.
I came here to help you, so why don't you
I
just tell
told
me
you
what's
not to
going on?
come back here for me.
I didn't think you meant it. What did they do to you, Jack?
I made a deal with them. They're gonna let me go. I can bring back help. It's our best chance.
You trust these people? They are liars. Why would you
I
believe a
trust
word?
them because you told me to, Kate. When you asked me to save Sawyer's life.
What did they tell you?
But I will come back here for you.
If John doesn't destroy the submarine first, is he gonna get hit by a car?
Do you know a man named Peter Talbot?
No, I don't think so.
We believe he was here in your apartment 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was a solicitor. Look, I told you I don't know him.
Then why was your name and address on a piece of paper in his pocket, Mr. Locke?
Why would you be looking through his pockets?
Because Peter Talbot's dead.
You're next. Oh my god.
Was it immediate? It started the moment you got here?
He's also curious to know how exactly John
And you were
managed
just walking.
to...
The feeling returned right after the crash. That day.
That's what
Walk.
immediate means, Ben.
I mean, the healing. Why John?
You're wondering
and
why
not
it
him?
hasn't happened for you.
Right.
You're not recovering as fast as you'd like.
Are you afraid it'll go away, John? Is that why you want to destroy the submarine? Because you know if you ever leave this island, you'll be back in the chair?
You're Alex, aren't you?
How do you know my name?
Because you look like your mother.
My mother's dead.
Well, a little bit
I'm sure
inside,
that's what
but...
they told you.
I know you think you need to do this, John, but if you blow up my submarine, I have a big problem with my people.
Is that supposed to be an incentive not to blow it up?
I was born on this island. Not many of my people can say that. As much as they would do anything to defend it, they need to know they can leave if they want to. Picture a box. What if I told you that somewhere on this island, there's a very large box, and whatever you imagined, whatever you wanted to be in it, when you opened that box, there it would be.
I'd say I hope that box is big enough to imagine yourself up a new submarine. You're a hypocrite, a Pharisee. You don't deserve to be on this island.
I've been here 80 days, John. I've been here my entire life. So how is it that you think you know this island better than I do?
Because you're in the wheelchair, and I'm not.
You know he's manipulating you, right?
How's that?
Yeah, I feel that too.
That's what my father does. He manipulates people. He makes you think it's your idea, but it's his.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Can you? Oh.
You have my word. I'll let them go just as soon as you've left the island. Well, I guess this is it.
he doesn't want them to go. I don't know which he cares more about her not leaving or Jack not leaving. I think Jack, because he's a doctor and he needs him for his back. Not just a doctor, but like a spine surgeon, exactly what he needs. And he can blame all on John.
What are you doing here, John?
Well, you're gonna find
sorry,
out.
Jack. Sorry for what?
Tell me that you didn't kill that kid.
What?
I didn't kill anyone.
You think I had something to do with Peter's death?
I tell you to end things with his mother, and the next thing you know, he's dead.
John, now calm down. Peter died and everything just went straight into the tank. She's called off the wedding. There's no profit in it, John. I'm a con man, not a murderer.
So if I were to call her right now, that's what she would tell me. What's her number?
Oh my
Mr.
god.
Locke, we know this isn't what you want to hear, but your father's gone. We know he fled to Mexico shortly after your encounter, then he disappeared.
How is he still alive though? With just his back broken. Oh. So sorry for him.
Most people struggle with this at first, but don't worry. You'll get used to it.
No, please. I can't do
John,
this.
you fell 8 stories and survived, okay? I don't want to hear about what you can't do.
Somehow.
You're fine. There we go.
So,
Go, buddy.
his biggest fear was that wheelchair. And now that he got rid of it, he's gonna do everything to stay that way.
We both know you wanted it to happen. That's why you left the C4 in Saeed's bag, because you wanted me to make it happen.
There I was, shaking hands with Jack, and thinking I'd give almost anything to come up with a way to stop him from leaving, because to let him go would be a sign of weakness, of failure, of defeat. But to kill him, that would be cheating. Because my people also heard me make a promise, and to break my word, that would be the end of me, too.
You're not going to start talking about the magic box again, are you?
No, John. I'm gonna show you what came out of it.
I wanted to know what it felt like when your own father tried to kill you.
He's the reason you destroyed the submarine, isn't he? You're afraid. You're afraid of him, and this is the one place he can never find you. But you seem to have some communion with this island, John. And that makes you very, very important. I want to help you, John, because I'm in a wheelchair and you're not.
How? How?
Dad?
How? So that was a thing. John's father somehow is on the island, tied to a chair. I don't understand how. Is it that somehow, you know, those crazy coincidences while running away, because they did say in the flashback that he ran away, maybe he's in Mexico, maybe who knows where. Running away, he ended up on island. But then I don't understand why he was beaten after all this time. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe he just ended up on the island. Or what Ben said about that magic box is true. I mean, It's a magical island. I'm not surprised anymore about anything, so I'm gonna go with that. But this episode was about John. We got to see even more of his story. This guy comes into his life saying that his father is back to his old business, conning people. This woman wanted to marry and take the money. And of course, even after all what his father did, after all that stuff, he still cared about him and tried to fix things as quietly and privately as possible. That's why he didn't say anything. John didn't say anything to Peter. But he chose to talk directly with his father. And surprise, surprise, Peter, after a few days, was found dead. And I had an idea that maybe what happened to him, what put him in the wheelchair, was his father. Didn't know exactly how. So that maybe got hit by a car. But no. His father threw him from the 8th floor. And John landed on his back and he survived. Sure, his spine was broken, but he survived. Somehow. I don't know how, but he did. I guess he's lucky. He was supposed to be on the island. I don't know. Damn. That's horrible, honestly. That's it's so heartbreaking. So not only he spent not all his life, his childhood in foster care, then your mother comes to you pretending that she cares about you, telling about your father, and then your father pretending even more that he cares about you and that he wants to have this father-son relation, and you get attached and you're happy and all, and then you try to save your father giving one of your kidneys because sure, there are two, but still there are complications. And then your father disappears, and still there is still a part of you that cares about him, and you try to meet him and you want answers, and kind of maybe feel guilty in a way, even if it wasn't his fault, but I'm sure he felt guilty somehow that his father left him, and then the funeral and help me with the money, and then his intention was to kill John. Not just injure, he wanted to get rid of him. I'm not saying that is how could he do this horrible thing as a father, because 100% sure Cooper, or whatever his real name is, doesn't have any paternal instincts, so it's like anyone else. But damn. Then on the island, the whole thing with Kate and Jack that I don't quite care about, because I don't know what was the point of Kate joining if all she does is making more trouble and coming with not so good ideas, because she wanted to just go full on just plain day bright outside, and she wanted to go rescue Jack. Probably she forgot that there are other people there with guns and also kids. So I don't know if you three against the rest. It's not that good, but she was she came up with the idea. So, but fortunately, managed to wait till dark and go rescue Jack, and got captured, and then start arguing with Jack why he doesn't want to get rescued, because she came there to rescue him. So, and I don't know, but I feel like I don't know why they had to make it about a bit about Sawyer, kind of, because I feel like if Jack hadn't saw Kate and Sawyer sleep together, I'm sure that the dynamic between Kate and Jack would have been different now, but you know, whatever. But John, he wanted to destroy the submarine, not to leave, and I still don't understand. Like, I get it. He doesn't want to leave the island, or at least that's what I thought till now, that he doesn't want to leave the island, and that maybe the reason why he wants to destroy the submarine is that he doesn't want the others to leave either, because it will be a bit weird to be by yourself on the island. And I don't know, he wants to feel needed and useful, and that's why he needs the others to praise him. But then at the end there, with Ben talking about the reason why John doesn't want to leave, or not necessarily to leave, but to a way of his father coming on the island, is the reason why he wants to destroy the submarine. Like, that submarine was useless anyway, because what you can do with a submarine that just can leave but never come back if the transmitter there, the beacon isn't working. So, because like now this submarine is destroyed, but let's say that they managed to fix that beacon, and I'm sure there is on the mainland I don't know, something that monitors that beacon, and as soon as it starts, the others from the mainland, from outside the island, they'll know where to go, and you know, can send boats and submarines and planes and whatever. I was thinking about the flame station. There on the monitor, I don't know how much Mikhail played, or if he won. I'm guessing he did. Because he knew what's gonna happen. But they were talking there, if they want a pellet, or to drop a food, something like that. That was one of the options. And is that how that crate of food ended up near the Swan station and some episodes ago? Well, I still don't understand what happened there, because if so, means that the Dharma initiative somehow is still operational. Maybe not on the island, but they're still keeping watch. I don't know. Yeah. I just can't wait for the next episode. I hope they continue from this and not something else, because I need to know how exactly did John's father ended up on the island. And apparently Albert, his name is Richard, and is, I mean, I was expecting that he's working with Ben. I didn't knew if he's like under, in like chain of command, if he's under Ben or over. But apparently he's, taking order some kind of from Ben. So yeah. Damn, I just can't believe the submarine is, I don't know why, but it's, I just found about it and now it's destroyed. Maybe it would have been too hard to, continue with this thing. Now that they have a submarine, they're probably gonna try to leave the island and, can have that, so better to be destroyed. And then blame, the dynamics now between Jack and John, and, John and the rest of the survivors. If they find out there was a way to live. But maybe, maybe he's gonna talk about the beacon that is not working, and I don't think Jack knows about it. So there was no way to come back to the island with the rescue. He would just left. Maybe he's gonna talk about that and maybe, make things a bit better. I don't know. I can't wait for the next episode. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say about this episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. See you next time. Bye.